What's up, guys? This is Chris from Draftdashboard.com.
Here are my DFS picks for NFL Week 4 Sleeper Picks.
These picks apply for Draftkings and Fanduel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button
And hit that bell icon
so you don't miss our new videos.
In this video, I'm going to give you some of my top DFS Sleeper Picks for NFL Week 4.
Super low priced and low ownership players that could crush value this week and give your lineup an advantage over the field. These are risky plays, meant for large tournaments only. Don't go all in on any of these guys. They are high risk, high reward picks. And if you stay to the very end after all my picks and after I show you the draft dashboard tools, I'll give you my super secret sleeper pick that no one's talking about.
Okay, let's take a look at the quarterback position. My Week 4 sleeper pick at quarterback is Derek Carr from the Oakland Raiders playing the Indianapolis Colts, who have the 10th worst defense overall, and they give up the 7th most fantasy points to opposing quarterbacks. Derek Carr scored 17 fantasy points last game. He's only averaging 14.3 fantasy points per game. He's rushing the ball about 2 times a game, and that's led to his low ownership. He's only going to be about 1% owned this week. He's projected at 14.5 fantasy points here in Week 4. He's $5,300 Draftkings salary and $1,500 more on Fanduel. So he's on the very lowest end of the salary range for the quarterbacks. Vegas thinks there's going to be 45.5 points scored in this game, and they think the Oakland Raiders are going to be trailing by 6.5 points. So this is a nice matchup for Derek Carr. He's got some nice offensive weapons. I wouldn't have a lot of this guy, but throw him in a couple lineups. It could be the week that he goes off for 20 plus fantasy points, and he will definitely separate your lineup from the rest. So I like Derek Carr as my Week 4 sleeper pick at the quarterback position. I just want to emphasize that you're probably only playing Derek Carr if you want to come off the high ownership of Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is the same price as Derek Carr on DraftKings. He's got a better matchup and he's projected to score more points. Okay everyone, it's time to announce the winner of our $100 weekly comment contest. And the winner is Jessica Wheeler. Jessica Wheeler, congratulations. You are the winner of this week's $100 comment contest. Please reply to our comment to collect your prize. We're going to need your PayPal email address or your Twitter handle. So let's give Jessica some love in the comments, everyone. And don't worry if you didn't win this week, because next week, it could be you. It could be you.
Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $100 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won, and then we'll send you $100 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you.
Drop a comment below. Let me know what you think of that singing. Should we get someone maybe a little bit more talented to sing those verses? That comment will enter you into this week's $100 comment contest. So let me hear it, guys. Okay, let's take a look at the running back position. My Week 4 DFS sleeper pick at the running back position is Carlos Hyde from the Houston Texans playing the Carolina Panthers, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall, and they give up the 10th most fantasy points to opposing running backs. Carlos Hyde is averaging 8.8 fantasy points per game on the season. He's getting an average of 13.3 rush attempts per game. He hasn't been involved in the pass offense much so far this year, but he is capable of catching the ball out of the backfield. Carlos Hyde is only going to be 2% owned, so super low ownership. He's on the field for 50% of the snaps, and he touches the ball 43% of that time. So he's getting the ball when he's on the field. He's projected at 9.4 fantasy points here in Week 4. He's only $4,300 Draftkings salary and $1,600 more on Fanduel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 47.5 points scored in this game, and the Houston Texans and the Houston Texans are favored by 4 points, so they should have the lead running the ball. This is a home game, a nice matchup, and I think this guy is hungry to get the ball. He could easily find the end zone, so I like Carlos Hyde as my Week 4 sleeper pick at the running back position. Okay, let's take a look at the wide receiver position. My Week 4 NFL sleeper pick at the wide receiver position is Marvin Jones from the Detroit Lions playing the Kansas City Chiefs, who have the 12th worst defense overall, and they give up the 14th most fantasy points to opposing wide receivers. Marvin Jones scored 25 fantasy points last week off of 9 pass targets. He's averaging 14.8 fantasy points per game on the season and averaging 6.3 targets per game. He's only going to be 2% owned. So super low ownership for Marvin Jones, who had a huge week last week. He's on the field for 85% of the snaps, and he touches the ball 11% of the time. He's projected at 13.3 fantasy points here in Week 4. He's $5,400 Draftkings salary and only $500 more on Fanduel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 54.5 points scored in this game, and the Detroit Lions should be trailing by almost a touchdown. So there should be plenty of pass attempts to Marvin Jones this game, as they're projected to be playing from behind. This is a home game, so I like Marvin Jones as my Week 4 sleeper pick here versus the Kansas City Chiefs.
Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all the tools for NFL, MLB is still going, NBA is right around the corner. This is a great time to get in and try everything for 1 month. The tools are all about saving research time. You can see the last 3 games, the fantasy points per game, the targets they got per game, so you can see how involved they are in the offense, the rushes they got per game. Seeing all this stuff on one screen helps you save time and make better picks. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups.
Okay, who do we have at the tight end position? My Week 4 sleeper pick at tight end is Eric Ebron from the Indianapolis Colts playing the Oakland Raiders, who have the 6th worst defense overall, and they give up the 8th most fantasy points to opposing tight ends. Eric Ebron is averaging 7 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored 8 fantasy points last game and 12 fantasy points the game before that. He's averaging 4 pass targets per game, and he's only going to be 2% owned. He's on the field for 46% of the snaps, and he touches the ball 12% of that time. Not bad numbers for the tight end position, and he could get a lot more work if T.Y. Hilton misses this game or if he's hindered from that injury that he got last week. And he's only $4,000 Draftkings salary. He's $1,300 more on Fanduel, projected at 9.4 fantasy points here in Week 4. The Colts are favored by a touchdown. This is a home game and a great matchup, so I like Eric Ebron as my Week 4 sleeper pick at the tight end position versus the Oakland Raiders.
If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. You've unlocked the bonus content.
Okay, my super secret sleeper pick for Week 4 is Tyrell Williams from the Oakland Raiders playing the Indianapolis Colts, who have the 10th worst defense overall. And although they're not bad defending opposing wide receivers, Tyrell Williams is averaging 17.7 fantasy points per game on the season. He's averaging 6 pass targets per game, and he's only going to be 2% owned. He's on the field for 95% of the snaps, and he touches the ball 10% of that time. He's projected at 12.6 fantasy points here in Week 4. He's $5,700 Draftkings salary and only $200 more on Fanduel. The Oakland Raiders are going to be trailing by about a touchdown in this game, so they should be forced to throw the ball to Tyrell Williams. And if you're playing Derek Carr, it's not a bad low ownership stack. So I like Tyrell Williams as my Week 4 sleeper pick at the wide receiver position.
Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smickety smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite
player for this NFL slate.
I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again and good luck.
Do you want more DFS picks for NFL Week 4? Check out the video linked right in the middle of the screen. Tap that video to continue getting our Week 4 DFS picks. That's right, more Draftkings picks, more Fanduel picks. Don't miss out on our free content. Hit that subscribe button. It only takes a second, means a lot to us. Thanks again, and thanks for watching.